Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles, as well as the men that taught them, the elder high priests, as well as the elder bishops and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And as we see, it's a lot going on in the earth. We're at the end of this man's kingdom, the so-called white man's kingdom, which goes back to the Edomites in the scriptures, which they go back to their forefather Esau. Okay? And it tells us in the book of 2nd Esdras 6 and 9 that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So we in that time period where we're at the end of Esau's world, meaning his time of ruling on this planet Earth. Okay? And Yahweh Shai and the elect, okay, are gonna, starting with Yahweh Shai and the elect of the nation of Israel, are gonna rule this planet Earth in righteousness. And that's where things are headed. But this man has to finish going down. And that's exactly where he's headed. Okay? For destruction. Now, according to this devil, you know, he's still puffing his chest out at the earth, telling the earth that he's gonna rule forever. He's gonna dominate. All right, especially through the mouth of Trump. Right? He's talking big and bad how he's gonna destroy if Iran doesn't come with a deal, is not willing to negotiate something to open up the Strait of Hormuz, that he's gonna start blowing up bridges and power plants. You see? Then it goes further to say that if they're not, if they don't make a deal by tomorrow night, Tuesday night, then he's gonna basically destroy the whole country. Speaking big, bad, and bold, as if, you know, they really got things under control. Even though we know that this whole thing is orchestrated by the international bankers. Okay? Esau is talking as if he's going to continue to rule forever and dominating anything that stands in his way. You know, he's just going to destroy him. All right? Well, that's done. All that, it was one point in time where America was feared and the nations wouldn't dare come against this place. Now, the nations don't regard your words. They know you just blowing smoke. And they got power to buck you. You want to bucket them, you want to make threats, they can make threats back, and they can fight back. They can buck your military. And that's what this video is going to be going into, how Esau, you know, pretty much been the big bad bully of the earth. And that time is up. The whole earth is against this goddamn devil, even his own allies. So let's bring this out. And I'm going to actually start at verse 1, but the point really for this video is in verse 5. But I like the title of this psalm right here. It says, "A prayer for the overthrow of the wicked, and the wicked will be overthrown," is written in a real violent, destructive way. So it says, "Why standest thou far off, O Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai? Why hidest thyself in time of trouble? Yeah, because under the hand of the devil, the so-called white man, we're catching pure hell to this very day. You know? And if you don't have the understanding of this truth, all right, you won't understand that we on the come up to come out of this persecution and out of this heart and out of this slavery. Because we still a slave. The scriptures tell us that we're yet this day, that's Baruch 3 and 8, for we're yet this day in our captivities, okay, where the Most High have scattered us. Believed to be a reproach, a curse, roughly paraphrasing the verse. That time is just about up. We have to, the time of Jacob's trouble has to fully be fulfilled. We in that time, but it really hadn't got hot and heavy yet. Okay? So it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And the ultimate device or plan that these devils imagine, the elites, is to get everybody on this earth, okay, that hadn't been killed off, chip with a RFID microchip. That's the MOTB, Revelation 13:16. Okay? And just his very system is oppressive. Okay, the way he set things up. Yep. It's set up to constantly persecute us, harass us, all right? Keep us subject to payments. It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, all right? And I just went into it. The ultimate plan is to get everybody C-hipped on this earth, all right? And ultimately, they're going to fail. Their plans are going to be upset. It says, for the wicked boasted of his heart's desire. And this devil is just, he's letting the world know he coming for the takeover. Okay? And he's going to be sadly mistaken that he's going to win, that he's going to get the victory. It says, for the wicked boasted of his heart's desire. It says, and blessed the covetous, because that's what this devil is all about, coveting what's not his and taking it by force, by rape, robbery, and murder. And the earth is, and the nations are sick and tired of it. It says, whom the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, abhorred. You see? The Most High don't like a covetous individual. It says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that's evident because he set up his power and absolute dead set wickedness. He set everything up against that goes against the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is not in all his thoughts. Yeah, he's thinking this, he's doing his own, he think he's doing his own thing. He's going to Satan, he's going to the spiritual realm on the left hand side. All right. And to get power. And really, he finna get left out to but pretty much the spirit world on the left hand side, that magic that he's tapping into is not gonna work for him anymore. Okay? It tells us that in Isaiah the 47th chapter. It says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the way he's still running rampant, ruling in wickedness, shows that. It's come out, this man is nothing but a low-life freak, pedophile. All right? It's a murderer, a liar, a rapist. It says, his ways are always grievous. Absolutely. This man set up child support, which is wicked as hell, which is grievous upon you. He set up women in authority to where women destroy men's lives not only here in America, but mainly here in America. Okay, many men's lives have been destroyed, or men have been unalived behind women, given authority and position. And we can go on and on about how this man, his way is grievous unto us. It says thy judgments are far above out of his sight. That's why this kingdom is going down, because it was set up in unrighteousness. Nothing can last in unrighteousness. Unrighteousness doesn't flourish. It causes destruction. Okay? Righteousness flourish and brings life, everlasting life. Okay? It says, for all his enemy, and it says, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And this devil is still doing it, especially through the mouth of Trump. He's blowing on them with his words of his threats, his threatenings. Okay? And these nations, they not fazed by it. Okay? They barking back. They puffing back at you. You know, and they ready for war. Because why are they ready for war? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is putting the spirit on these nations to gear up for war. Isaiah 13, the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Okay? So he's calling the nations to, and let them know it's wartime. Let's go to Joel 3. And we're going to start at 9. And this is where we at in biblical prophecy. All right? It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. The same war you read about in Revelation 16, the war of Armageddon. Okay? The same war you read about in Revelation 13. All right? And in other scriptures, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Yeah, come up where? To the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? Or the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, his judgment, his place of judgment, he's going to judge the nations. The main nation he's going to judge is the nation of Edom. Okay? It says, beat your plowshares in the swords and your pruning hooks in the spears. Let the weak say I am strong. So instead of these other nations' focal of their nation, thriving being agriculture, and they're putting their time and their resources into agriculture to survive. Okay, they're putting their resources into weaponry, building up their military. Okay, to buck the big bad wolf, the so-called white man. And the scriptures tell us in Ezekiel 38 that that Gog and Magog would be a guard onto the nations through their weapon technology. America's standing out there on an island with Israel, and the whole earth is ready to get at this devil. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Says, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let the heathen be awakened. Hold on. Did I? Okay, I didn't read that part. Excuse me. It says, let the weak say, I am strong. Back in Joel, the last part of Joel 3 and 10. Yeah, because these other nations were, at one point, they were weak. They didn't have a military that could stand up against America or NATO and the EU. And NATO and the EU is going to come against this whore. This whore America. All right? And they coming against them now. Okay, it's already in motion. And now these nations are strong. They didn't invest it in their military. Built up their military. They got weapons of mass destruction too, goddammit. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones, the military, with the weapons, okay, these advanced missiles, technology. It says to come down, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about through a nuclear war. That's how that's going to happen. And Esau is the main one that's going to get his hat handed to him. All right? But there's going to be death and destruction all over the place behind this war. And Yahweh is going to come and put the finishing touches on the whole thing. He's going to come in the midst of the war. All right? And shut it all down. It's it for all you nations at that point. All right? And Yahweh Shai is going to set up this earth in order and put down all war in the earth. He's going to bring war, ultimate war, starting with Esau and the other nations. That's Revelation 19, where it says, upon his head was many, many crowns. Because he's coming to take down all these authorities on the earth and set up righteousness. And these other nations are going to get in order. And they're going to fear to buck against the nation of Israel. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop right there. We waiting to see how we just on the edge of our seat watching and waiting on Esau's next move. Okay. The Lord willing, this video was edifying, and until the next one, I say shalom.